Alright, late night deck profiles. This is my friend James's, Gurguit deck. James, you all know James. He was on the, what was it? It was the Godhand versus Dantarian, fight. He played Godhand. So this is his Gurguit deck. He sauces all of us with Gurguit, and it gets exceptionally more powerful when Percival, comes into the mix, and Gurguit, if you hit Percival, 90% of the time you're going to win. Quick thing, before we get into it, you might notice that these are just 4 grade 0s. James has notified me that these are supposed to be 2 grade 3 heal triggers, and then 2 grade 0 heal triggers, so we're going to get into that. So, rounding up the grade 1s, he was so delightful, and I love James. He was delightful to organize it by grades, makes it aesthetically pleasing, and just super easy to talk about. So first up, for Gorbaduck, 13k attacker booster, gets you to any of your grade 3s. Dindrain, as we all know, because it's been the countercharger of Gold Paladin since, I think, the first set that Gold Paladin came out. When placed by a card ability, Soul Blast 1, and then either draw a card or countercharge 1 and then gets 3k. So you are going to have a lot of Soul, especially with Aglavale putting stuff into Soul with Gurguit. So it's always going to be a Soul Blast 1 to countercharge 1 to make sure you keep the countercharge open, or draw a card, gets you consistency. For Jeffrey, on Ride, you check top 7 for either Pelennor or Gurguit, and then if it's placed by a card ability, for the remainder of the turn, it gets 5k power and 5k shield. So if you call it off of Gurguit along with Pelennor, Pelennor has that same secondary skill. So if you call it off of Gurguit, this becomes a 10k shield or a 14k attacker, and then Jeffrey becomes a 13k attacker or a 15k shield. Onto the grade 2s. For Aglavale, Aglavale is just, not even on an Excel marker. Aglavale by itself is a 19k attacker when it puts something into Soul, and then it bounces back to your hand. So you're always, with Mock Slash, you're always going to be able to have bare minimum a 24k attacking Aglavale because it will be called by a card ability, and bare minimum, you're going to have 1 Excel marker. So that's just really good. It's always going to force a 15k shield at the very least, and it just makes sure that you have Soul first, stuff like Dindrain, but also things like, what is this? Berengaria? So, similar to Dindrain, when placed by a card ability, you do one and then, you do one or the other, and then, depending on which one you did, you complete a certain action. For a Counterblast, you Soul Charge 1. For a Soul Blast, you Countercharge 1. It makes sure that you always have these resources in circulation. Pelennor, for an Act, Vanguard, or Rearguard Circle, Counterblast 1, call a grade 2 or less card from hand to Rearguard Circle as cost, and then draw a card. So, as you can see, everything enables cards to be called by a card ability, which further powers up Gurgit's first skill, which is, all your units placed by a card ability get 5k for each additional Rearguard Circle. So if you manage to high roll into the Percival, which, for those of you who don't know what Percival does, are you living under a rock? I mean, it's at 1 for a reason. Much to every Gold Paladin player's chagrin, but let's be real. Percival is just it's such an annoying and amazing scaler, because for a Counterblast and a discard, you draw a card and then you call an Aglavale. Or sorry, you don't draw a card. You get a marker, and that marker is most likely going to draw you a card, and then you get Aglavale. So if you hit that, automatically you're going to have 2 markers. You're already going to have 1 more marker than if you weren't playing Percival, which helps scale this, because all of a sudden, first grade 3 if you hit the Percival, all of your Rearguards go from having plus a plus 5k boost to a plus 10k boost, and then next turn, if you rewrite again, it becomes a 15k boost, and etc., etc. And just gets annoying, gets out of hand really fucking quickly. So Gurguit, on attack, and when it is attacked, you get to counterblast 1, check top 5, call 2 to either Rearguard Circle. If you're being attacked, you call them to Guardian Circle, which allows you to cheat out the PGs and just enable more attacks. Mock Slash, on attack, counterblast 1, you call something, and then Mock Slash gets 5k. Like I said, enables, you can just keep looping Aglavale because you're going to call it, move something to soul, it's going to bounce back to hand. You can Mock Slash, call Aglavale, that's one attack. This is always going to be another attack. It's going to keep bouncing back to hand. The more Mock Slashes you have, the more likely it is that you're going to keep pressuring Aglavale. 2, Sagramore, because Sagramore, you get to just call from your hand just normally, and then it enables you to A, draw a card, and then B, call a card from hand, which triggers Gorbaduck, Dindrain, Baron. I'm just gonna call her Baron right now. Enables Baron, enables Jeffrey. It enables almost all of your main core pieces. It enables this L at the very least, which is phenomenal. They all get Gurgit's power, and just absolutely phenomenal. And triggers 8 crit, 4 draw PGs, and then it's the 2-2 split between heal guardians and normal heals. So I hope you all enjoyed this. If you plan on going to Springfest and you want Gurguit, feel free to use this as a skeleton. James, I don't know how you do it, but you are honestly a god amongst man. I don't know how you manage to keep saucing us with your child that is Gurguit. So I hope we all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.